Yeah, I know. I got a little split on my lip. Try not to be distracted by it. I'll probably get a little bit distracted from it. Lost my headphones, so all I've got is these. But here's what we're going to talk about today. Love always wins. See, personally in my life, there's a situation where some people could look at it, and I'm going to be respectful of the people involved, so I won't use names. I'm just going to also be just respectful of the situation. And so you'll hear me talking about it, and you might ask yourself, why is he trying to be cryptic? It's not that I'm trying to be cryptic. I'm just being respectful of the situation and of the people. It's very close to home. It's very close to the heart. And I don't want to make anyone look bad. I want to help everyone look good. So that's where I'm coming from. But love always wins. Had a conversation with a man who I consider a dear friend. And when I say that to people, they assume that means that we're friends. Look, from my view, we're friends. I'm not saying that from his view, we're friends. From his view, for all I know, he thinks I'm totally batshit crazy. I don't know, right? I can't speak for him. I'm not in control of his world and his experience. But had a conversation with him a few years ago, and I said, look, buddy, you came in and got involved with a story that's called the Winder Loss and Redemption story. I called it that. I created that. I made that declaration that that's what the story's called. You joined it. You're welcome here as long as you want. I'll consider you a friend. I can position you and posture you and help you look the way you want to look in the whole story. You just let me know who you want to be, and I'll do my best. And I said, from where I'm standing, it's a win-win. It's a win-win-win or no deal. That means you win, I win, the family wins, God wins, or else no deal. And he goes, well, that's where we're different. I'm not playing that game, win-win or no deal. I'm playing the game win-lose. And right now, we are all winning, and there's only one loser, and it's you, Parker. And you're mentally sick, obviously, and you haven't been on your meds, obviously. And he started like doing the whole diagnosis, which is actually interesting to me, because if you're a doctor or a health practitioner professionally, I would think that you would understand the difference between, speaking to somebody, like making a diagnosis of someone, like as if you're like a mental health expert or something. I get it. If your wheelhouse is dentistry and you're making diagnosis of a patient's mouth, that's one thing. But like if your expertise is not human transformation and mental health practices, all that professional stuff, I would think you would know that you make yourself look kind of ignorant if you go making diagnosis of people. But that's what he chose to do, which is okay. I've learned a lot from my quote unquote breakdown, my communication breakdown with this guy. And I'm appreciative to all the learning that I've gotten from it. It's been actually a really great experience for me. And I was honest with him. I told him, man, I got to be honest. When I see my kids and their mom hanging out with you so happy, there's a big piece of me that feels jealous. And it's not because of you. It's because of my own need for involvement and my own need to contribute to my family and to those I love most. And I said, dude, I also want to tell you, I want to give you a big acknowledgement and let you know some appreciation that I have of you. I said, money is one thing. That's something that you can get back. That's something we can all just go make more of. But time is that priceless commodity that we just can't ever get back. And for you to be willing to invest and give or spend years of your life giving support, love, presence, time, attention to the 6 humans on the planet that I love most, besides ourselves. Obviously, we always got to have that self-love first, but for you to do that it says a lot about you, about your character. And because of that, if or when your time with them ever comes to a close or to a completion, I want you to know that I won't ever feel anger or resentment or mad or anything negative towards you. I'll always hold you in a deep place in my heart and in our hearts. And I speak on behalf of anyone with the last name Winder, and I'm thinking of all 7 of us and that are involved in this loss and redemption story. And I said, I speak on behalf of all of us when I tell you we love you. And when I say I love someone, I don't just say that. Like, I don't say it like flippantly. What I mean is, we accept you for who you are and for who you're not. We don't judge you. We don't say you're wrong. We don't say you're bad. We say you're correct and you're right. We say, if we were in your shoes, if we were born in your body and had all the experiences that you had growing up all the way till today, we'd be doing the exact same things you're doing, saying the exact same things you're saying. We'd be the exact person you are right now. And we mean that literally. And so we love you, brother. And I say to him, if there's anything that we can do or that I can do to make life even more better for you, for your own kids, for your own Brittany, for your own baby's mama, then we're here. And you can count on us. We'll be that for you forever, brother. And that's my stance with it. And I'm not going to be specific about which person I'm talking about when I even use that word, that name that starts with a B, because I can't talk about my baby's mama on here, and so I won't. So I'm staying within my boundaries. I'm staying respectful of my family and the people involved in the story, and if it sounds a little cryptic, then sorry, you'll have to just deal with that. But I'm just making sure that I believe what it says is I can't do anything with the intent to harass or to scare or to, I don't remember the exact language, but it's like something like that. And so I'm making sure that I'm within the bounds of that agreement as I understand it. So anyway, so at the end of the day, love always wins. You get in a relationship with me, it's a win, 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 or no deal. Win for you, win for your family, win for God, win for me, win for my family, a win for everybody involved, or else I'm not doing it. And his stance was he wanted to do the win-lose game where someone wins and someone loses. And to me, that just seems like more of an ego game. And so we'll see who wins out of all of it and who loses out of all of it. Because if I'm involved in it, ain't nobody losing. So I don't predict there will be a loser. I predict a win all across the board. And that we create harmony across the board. That's what I'm going to stand for. Creating harmony across the board, not just in our personal lives, but in our professional lives too. In every single key domain. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, attraction. This is the dance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. It doesn't require another human being, but usually it means your sexual relationship or ships if you're of that kind. I don't have the correct way. I don't have the right way for you. I only practice what I practice for me. So there's A. B is body. That's the temple that houses our consciousness. That's our fitness and everything that comes with that body mind, that individuated self. My mom named me Parker. It's not who I am, but that's what my mom named this body, this mind. So that's what I go by. Well, I prefer to go by KP lately because it reminds me of my purpose. But anyway, C, consciousness. That's the relationship between the God with a small g, you're it, I'm it, and the supreme God, God with a big G. And if you don't believe in God, then it's whatever that is for you. Source. Ultimately, it's all vibration anyway, so it's all space, consciousness, awareness, this present moment, nothing more, nothing less. In the religions, we call it the spirits. On the streets, we call it good vibes. In science, we call it just frequency or vibration, but it's the same thing. Whatever that is, trust it. That's C. D is Dharma. I used to say destiny because I love that word, but it's actually Dharma, which is simply answering the question, what does this person need to accomplish or do before they're laying on their deathbed in order to be laying on their deathbed with this sense of completion and peace of mind and no regrets? It's a big deal. That's D. E, economics, that's the relationship with money, or really simply just the exchange of currency in all forms. There's lots of currencies, not just money, not just the US dollar, but currency. Could be human emotion, but it's the equal exchange and the open flow of exchange of value between ourselves, between each other. That's E. F, family. This is both your biological family relationships as well as declared members of one's tribe. Like, for example, I always tell the example of started out as a Facebook friend, then it upgraded to a very dear client, then it upgraded to a family member. I call her my sister. It's Jen Walter, and she lives as my sister. I hold her as that, and now we've created that. That's how we live. And I think in the last little bit, we were actually evolving it into something else. But anyway, I don't feel like I've shown up like a very good brother to her. I haven't even talked to her in like 3 weeks. But anyway, that's F, family. And then the last one is G, gifts. This is our creative self-expression. Love wants to express itself. It's going to express itself through our art. Usually with our key players, it means music. Particularly with our key players, it means literally playing the keys like me. And so the purpose of my life and what I choose to use the rest of my life for is being a stand for creating harmony across the board. What does this all start with? A vision, a clear picture on each of those key domains that answers the question. If we were having this conversation, say, out in the future, say a year from today, what would need to have happened in order for you to be absolutely thrilled and totally mind blown with the amount of progress that you had made in that time frame? And answering that question for each of those 7